Hey everyone, welcome to this Racers 360 video where we're breaking down overtaking. This will be the second video in our overtaking series where we're going to walk you through steps on how and why sometimes overtaking is successful and why it's not. Last weekend in the Formula One Azerbaijan Grand Prix, we saw the Red Bull teammates collide together with Ricciardo, try the over-under technique. In today's DTM race, we saw Rene Rast try a very similar move and it came out successful. Here, we're going to break down what the differences were and why one was successful and why one took two cars out of the race. So what you're looking at is Rene Rast on the left, Daniel Ricciardo here on the right. For coaching purposes, we're going to go frame by frame and break down what were different for each of the overtaking scenarios and what ended up leading to one being a successful pass and one ended up in a crash. If you guys want to see the full version of each video, we're going to have that in the description below, so make sure you check that out. But for here, let's start breaking this down. So we're looking at this here. Early in the kind of straightaways, we're looking, both guys are just kind of drafting the cars in front. There's not many differences really right now. We can see Rene's a little bit more to the left, starting to lean more to the outside, where Daniel's just following him straight, but that's not a critical piece of information really. We're going to go further ahead, and this is where it starts to get interesting. So we can see here on the left, Rene Rast is looking like he's really going to commit to the outside. Daniel, at the same kind of point, is still right behind Max, not giving any indication of where he's going. So Max is more uncertain, so he's definitely going to hug to the inside line and force Daniel to go to the outside. With Rene, he's kind of already saying, hey, I'm going to the outside here, so he's making his intentions at this point clear. Go further forward, and this is where we're going to see, at this point right here, now we see Daniel start to open up to that outside. And as he's done earlier in the race, it hasn't been successful, but that's what Max is expecting, and that would be the normal maneuver. We're looking here, Rene, his hands are straight. He's already kind of going for that outside line. As we go forward a little bit more, now we're going to see both of them start to commit on the over-under maneuver as coming back to the inside. Now we can see, let's just go a little bit further forward. Now we see Daniel's hands have started to turn back down to the inside. There's no room for him here right now, but that's going to change as Max starts to open back out. So Max is thinking he's going to commit to the outside. I want to open my radius of the corner, so I'm going to come back open a little bit, but still leave him a car width of room on the outside. Now we're going to go a little bit further forward. Now we see Rene Rast's hands start to turn to the inside. Doesn't look like there's really any room there with the car all the way to the inside, but it's going to be really impressive with his decisiveness. That's one thing I want you to remember, is how decisive Rene was in this maneuver. So let's go a little bit further forward, and this is where the separation between the two maneuvers, or overtaking maneuvers, starts to happen. So right here, we're going to notice Daniel's started to go to the left, but now his hands are pointing back to the right. He's not being decisive. So Max has opened up the room there. He's got a car width on the inside, but he's not just committing forward and making his intentions clear. He's kind of got fake to the outside, come back to the inside, and fake it to the outside. So Max really has no clue what he's doing. And when you're in the car in front and you don't know where the car behind you really wants to go, sometimes that can lead to kind of being lost and not know where to go. So I'm sure at this point Max is a little confused. Now, we want to see the decisiveness. Daniel doesn't show it. We're going to see that as we go a little bit further forward, how decisive Rene was and why that led to a really good thing for him. So we can see here, now, doesn't look like there's much room here for Rene to actually commit to. But the car in front of him does one really good thing. He doesn't move in the brake zone. He leaves a car width of room to the inside, which is so critical. Right now, Max has given Daniel a car width of room, but what Max is going to do is he's going to move in the brake zone. That is a big no-no. We never want to see movement more than once in the brake zone. And we always want to see, give your opponent some space. Give them one car width to the inside and give them room to the outside. You don't want to just completely block them once they've committed to a line, because that's what's going to cause accidents, especially in high downforce cars where the car behind doesn't have as much grip as the car in front. So as we go a little bit further forward here, we're going to see Max is closing the door, and this is where the biggest difference happens. Max is closing the door. This car here for Rene is going to leave just enough room. It's not much room, but it's just enough to get the job done. You can see he's going the other way here, and Max has closed the door. There's no room for Daniel to the inside. We can see with Daniel's hands, he's trying to go back to the outside, but as he comes behind Max here, he's going to lose the front downforce. He doesn't have the same amount of grip. He's going to try and get out of the way while braking, but as he loses the downforce, his front tire is going to start to lock, and he's got nowhere to go. He's going to slam into the back of Max. If the same thing happened with the car in front of Rene, we would have seen the same accident, but because the car in front gave Rene just enough room, still made the maneuver hard, but really the decisiveness of Rene and the heads-up driving from the car in front is what allowed that overtaking maneuver to be a successful one and not end up as an accident that takes 2 cars out of the race and 2 teammates out of the race. That was our analysis on why the Red Bull teammates ended up in a crash and why the same move in the DTM from Rene Rast ended up cleanly. The biggest differences are being decisive and the car in front not moving in the brake zone and giving at least 1 car width of room to the car overtaking. Those are the 2 most important factors to getting a clean overtaking pass, whether you're in club racing or a professional driver. So thanks for watching Racers 360 and our overtaking analysis series. Hopefully next time you're on track, you're going to be decisive in your overtaking maneuvers. You're not going to move in the brake zone. That's going to lead you to having a clean race, making it to the finish, and hopefully winning.